2022. My name is Jeffrey Hernandez, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Portola High School. Please help me welcome our special guests to the platform this evening. From our district office, Irvine Unified School District Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Mr. Amal. From the Irvine Unified School District Board of Education Board Member, Mr. Cyril Yu. From Portola High School, our ASB President, Amal Singh. Special thanks also to these wonderful people, along with the rest of our administrative team, our senior council, PTSA, 5 Point Communities, PHS support staff, the PHS bands, and the senior singers for all of the efforts and arrangements to make today's ceremony possible. At this time, I would like to invite Amitash Singh and Abigail Kwan, a member of our Portola High School singers, to the podium to lead us in opening our ceremony.
Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner, sung by Abigail Kwan. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Under the direction of Mr. Adrian Rangel Sanchez, our PHS senior singers will now perform What I Did for Love.
The sweetness of my sorrow, wish me luck the same to you, but I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love.
Ms. Trippleton was not able to be present today. Unfortunately, the time of this graduation ceremony conflicts with the time of his son's graduation ceremony, but he didn't want this moment to go without addressing the special class of 2022. Please give your attention to an audio version of his address. Thank you.
One of the traditions in our house over the years has been the hiding and searching for Easter baskets. My wife's job is to fill 3 empty baskets with little trinkets and treats for our children. And my job is to take the filled baskets and hide them and then provide clues for the kids to search and ultimately find the baskets. Our house is not that large, so I always structure the clues in such a way that each clue leads to another that is in a totally different part of the house. Upstairs, then downstairs, then up again. They go nuts continually changing directions while trying to figure out each destination, only to start again from the new location. The frenzy turns into exhaustion, and just when they're about to revolt, they find the baskets and immediately feel a sense of accomplishment and joy. While sifting through the spoils of their baskets, they reflect together on their journey and share stories of the difficulties and triumphs. Does this journey sound familiar? When the class of 2022 started in 2018, there was no indication of the glooming pandemic, and it was full steam ahead with the business-as-usual trajectory. 18 months later, we were scrambling to put together an entirely different educational model, while personally dealing with all of the uncertainty, anxiety, and outright fear that accompanied the new phenomenon, COVID-19. This redirection after redirection continued for the next 2.5 years. Distance learning, online learning, hybrid learning, different bell schedules, new ways of instructional delivery, assessments, masks, social distancing, Zoom, contact tracing, halting performances in athletics, all of the guidelines. It was enough to send us all out of our mind. And here we are, just as we're about to revolt out of sheer exhaustion. It has all culminated in this event on this day. The eye on the prize has sustained you. It's time to celebrate and enjoy your spoils. For years to come, you will reflect on this journey and share your difficult times, which will probably sound more difficult as the years pass, and share stories of triumph and how you grew as a person and became stronger, more able to handle anything that would come your way. See, that's the thing about difficult journeys. Once we're on the other side, we have a new level of confidence and a new set of skills that we would have never had before. It's because of the difficult journeys that we do become strong enough to handle the next ones that face us. And it's also because of the difficult journeys that we can really appreciate and be thankful for the good times that are present as well. As you continue your journey filled with new challenges and triumphs, always remember our pride values. Persevere. You'll get through it. Respect everyone. It's others who we rely on in difficult times. Be a person of integrity, even when no one's looking. Live with incredible passion and drive. And most of all, show empathy in everything you do. When you do all this, you can remember the times and the lessons learned while at Portola High School. Because once you're a bulldog, you're always a bulldog. On behalf of all the faculty and staff here at Portola, congratulations, and be well, class of 2022. We love you all.
I would now like to introduce Abigail Kwan and Amal Singh, who will deliver the commencement addresses.
I love feeling lost. Whether I'm cruising down Irvine Boulevard, blasting surf punk from my car, or walking in the rain with my sister. There's something to be said about losing myself in the moment, taking a step back from the noise, feeling suspended and calm. Of course, there have been moments when I've been lost in a bad way. So many times during freshman year while looking for my classes. Definitely during more than one AP Chem lecture. Sorry, Mr. Rex. And while taking quizzes on Shakespeare, when the most I knew about Romeo and Juliet was the lyrics to that one Taylor Swift song. Sorry, I'm just joking. These pockets of reverie, good or bad, have acted as the foundation for some of the most pivotal moments of our high school careers. Whether they lasted for a split second or for hours, every milestone from the past few years has been marked by the sensation of losing ourselves in the moment. I remember cheering with my classmates when it was announced that we got 2 extra weeks of spring break in March 2020. Or picking up the phone and learning that the person I rely on most in the entire world was diagnosed with cancer. Or finding out that I got into my dream university and being overwhelmed by the feeling that it wasn't nearly worth the sacrifices that I made to get there. As people, we're inherently prone to getting lost. But every time we do lose ourselves, there's an equivalent moment of clarity that manifests when we once again find our rightful place in the world. Most of the class of 2022 has only been around on this earth for 18 years. We're only just beginning to figure out who we are. I applaud every single one of my classmates, some I've known since kindergarten and others I met this week, for making their way to this ceremony. This is it. We've turned in our overdue library books, driven off campus during lunch for the last time. We've hung our pennants on Mr. Resendez's wall, listened to Mr. Graham's Diva playlist, and we traded in our jerseys and uniforms for these caps and gowns. We are ready to embark on the next chapter of our lives. I'd like to take a second to acknowledge the people who have made it possible for us to walk across this stage. Our amazing teachers, counselors, and substitute teachers for instilling in us values of empathy and a love for learning. Our administrators, who dedicate their time and energy to maintaining Portola's standard of excellence, all while prioritizing the well-being of its students. The cafeteria staff and custodians who facilitated a positive learning environment for us for the past 4 years. And last but not least, our loved ones and families. 할머니, 할아버지, 엄마, 아빠, 삼촌, 고맙고 사랑해요. Whether family to you means flesh and blood or your chosen family, every parent, grandparent, cousin, aunt, uncle, friend who has lent a shoulder to cry on or a leg of support over the past 18 years has pushed the class of 2022 across the finish line. And yes, that does include every younger sibling forced to sit through today's ceremony. Hi, Karis. Whether your next destination is a college or trade school or an occupation, once we walk off of this stage with our diplomas, turn our tassels, and delete Portola High School 22 from our Instagram bios, I know that each and every one of us, at some point, will get lost. And every time we do, we'll learn a little more about ourselves. Congratulations, class of 2022, and don't forget to add me on LinkedIn.
God, that was a really good speech, I'm not gonna lie. That was very good. All right. Class of 22, we made it! Let's go! Through countless hours on Slater, Spark Notes, and Quizlet, doing homework, and pulling numerous all-nighters, playing Fortnite, studying. I am proud to say that we have made it to the finish line. Before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to the admin, the teachers, the parents, all of you, the students, and most importantly, the writer from Craigslist who wrote this speech for me. Without you all, nothing would have been possible. Literally, because according to the Department of Education, you can't have a school without a principal. So also special shout out to Mr. Pearson. High school is a journey in which we all learn many new things about ourselves and others. Personally, for me, one of the biggest lessons I've learned in high school is don't sneeze in Mr. Graham's class, because that could be the difference between life and death. I mean, an A and a B. Same thing, same thing. Growing up in Irvine and studying in the Irvine Unified School District, I'm not gonna lie, things can get competitive with competitive students and even more competitive parents. But this is where Portola differs and is unique. The school spirit and positivity rings throughout the hallways. Well, not the hallways, because we actually don't have those, but you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And it allows us to visualize a bigger picture where overall education is more important than individual grades. Even on our toughest days, we could look forward to loud and hyped sports games or exciting lunchtime activities. One great thing about the class of 2022 is how close we've all become. We've all shared many experiences along the way, from enduring the pandemic to witnessing one of the greatest albums ever produced. And yes, you guessed it, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Man, yeah, that got me through some tough times, not gonna lie. It seems like it was just yesterday we all came into our freshman year with not an ounce of facial hair, the daily dose of voice cracks, and of course, our wired headphones. However, as we continue to progress in our lives, the biggest advice I have for everyone is to live in the moment. Every one of those people that I know and it just makes me say how proud I am to be a part of the Portola class of 2022. And as we start this year up, mostly because, y'all will miss me and I can't blame you, but I can with 100% assurance say that you will all be extremely successful in whatever you choose to do in the future. And I want to thank you all for not only making my high school experience one to remember, but making each other's high school experience one that they will always cherish and remember. And before I go, as for popular demand, I have a quick little rap verse prepared for you.
No.
Alright, hop along with me. Our freshman year, you know I care. So many friendships. Okay, that's the freshman year rap. My bad. This is the senior year. Let me rewind. Ready? Our senior year. It went by so fast. So many friendships and memories. I know that they'll last. And as time went on, you guys are clapping too fast, guys. Hold on. Alright, follow my lead. Alright, ready? A little too fast for me. I can't keep up. Alright. Our senior year. You know I care. So many friendships and memories, I know that it'll last. And as time went on, we learned and explored. Who knows what the future has for us stored. Class of 22, yeah, I have no doubt. Successes in our future will come out on top. That's all from me as I say my farewell. Thank you for all your time. Oh wow, these bars all rhyme. Thank you, class of 22. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. Let's go!
Yeah, I know.
Would the graduates please stand? It is my pleasure